Hey, is anybody here? How you doing out there? It's your pal, Uncle Bruce here from the channel known as Stock Markets with Bruce on YouTube. How are you today? It's July the 20, looks like the 26th, July 26th. That's a Wednesday here in 2023. If any of you took your DeLorean with the flux capacitor and you went to the future and then you've come back here. This is Wednesday, July 26th, 2023. I've always been curious whether there would ever be time travel, someday. And I have to admit that if you ever watched The Big Bang Theory, when they were on live, not live, when they were current, they haven't been on now for a few years. They've taken all their cash and went, thank you. I remember there was an episode where they were sitting in the apartment talking about time travel, and they decided to, well, let's see if time travel is truly possible. Let's make a pact between us right now that today's date at this time, we would, if in the future we were ever able to time travel, we'd come back and visit ourselves, and we'll walk through that door right there in the next 10 seconds. Okay, yeah, okay, that's a deal. Mark the time, mark the date. Okay, it's in our brains. We now know 50 years from now or whatever, we're coming back here because these guys are 20 something, I guess. In our 70s, we'll show up with a time machine and say hi to ourselves, and we'll just sit here and watch that door, see if it opens up in the next 10 seconds if we walk in and say hi to each other. And nothing happened. So, okay, well, there's no time travel. We didn't come back to see ourselves, and we said we would. We said now, here? No. Of course, someone else could have said, well, what if the building we're in gets torn down in 15 years from now, and gets replaced by another skyscraper, and we can't come and visit ourselves at this location? Oh, wow, yeah, I thought of that. Gee, let's come up with another plan. I don't know. Would you want to visit yourself? Have you ever thought of the thought that you could go in a time machine today and go back in time and visit yourself from 20, 30, 40 years ago? If you're that old, if you're 22, obviously you want to see yourself as an infant at age 2. I don't think you want to do that. I doubt very much you'd want to do that. Yeah, I'm 67. Could I? What would I think if I were to visit myself at age 27 or age 37, somewhere in that window? What would I say to myself? Oh my gosh, would I even want myself to know that I've come back to see myself in the future from the past to the past from the future? Yeah. Or would I want my daughter to walk through this door in this room right here? Would I want her to walk through the door right now as a 30-year-old older person with me long gone? Because I can't imagine being here at 97. You got to be kidding me. Would she walk in here and what would she tell me about my future coming up for the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or is there any future beyond that? I have no idea. Would you want to know? And would you want to be the child to go back to your parents? Like, would you like to go back to when your mother and father were 30 years old and you were just a little punk over there, a little nuisance running around like a rat? Would you ever want to have a chat with your mom and dad when they were in their 30s to talk about what's going to happen going forward, or give them some advice? And would they believe you? Would they look at you and go, "Who are you? You kind of look like Uncle Chester from the old country." And you're going to go, "Well, yeah, I kind of look like you guys because I'm now, this age and whatever." Would they buy that? Think about that. You go back to 1950, 55, 1960 to see your parents. How about your grandparents back in the 1920s and 30s? Could you imagine trying to talk to your grandparents if they were around in the 30s, and you're trying to tell them about the world that you're from in 2023? They look at you like, nah, what are you talking about? And the mere thought, the mere notion that you would see great great grandparents, you go back to the 1800s, and you could actually pop in and see distant relatives of yours from the very very back, way back in time. Um, would you not be horrified at the world you would be visiting at that point in time? Would you not be just blown away by the simplicity of it and yet the complexity of it? And how in heavens did people survive from the 17, 18, 1900s, or all those days ago to be here today? How did we do that? It is quite something to think about. I mean, time travel, my God. I don't know. You kind of wonder though, if you ever did land in the 1950s or 60s, you went back that far. Would a neighbor, friend, or someone tell someone else, who would then somehow would get to the CIA of the time, the FBI of the time, and now you'd be pursued by federal agents for a chat. They'd want to talk to you about the future, the military secrets future that they think you know stuff about. Can you imagine how you would be pursued as a potential spy from the Russians or the whatever? I mean, think about. I mean, you might not be viewed as a very friendly guy. You might be viewed as a very unfriendly person. Talking about inconvenient truths that nobody knows this stuff. How do you know this stuff? How in the world would you know what was going to happen in 1960 or 65 or so? Yeah, you'd have to be very careful, wouldn't you think? Yeah. Anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome to Back to the Future with your pal Uncle Bruce. Biff is around here somewhere, I'm sure. Mr. Strickland is definitely around here somewhere. He's checking everybody. Mr. Strickland is probably noticing how many thumbs ups we have already on this program, and I thank you for that. Let's piss him off to no degree, to no end, and tell Strickland to go screw himself, mind his own business, hit the thumbs up button, give us some momentum. Thank you very much. Look, we're down a little bit on the pre-market. We're opening up in 50 minutes, and we're down 70 points on the Dow, 7 on S&P, 42 on Nasdaq. Is this a problem? I don't think so. Is this a the beginning of the end of the world? No, I don't think so. I think we have stock prices fluctuating all over the place. We have money out there, although less money now floating around than 2 years ago. As I was mentioning in the Gold Bagel, for the Gold Bagel members, I was mentioning in the pre-alert show, quantitative tightening is having its effect, and it is showing up in little areas here and there. It's going to become more and more of an issue. The tightening of the money supply is going to affect every aspect of business, commerce, investing, everywhere, not just in America or Canada. It's going to affect the planet, is already affecting the planet. All central bankers, if they are on the ball, and they pretty well are, they're all doing the same thing in unison. The tightening of money supply is happening pretty well through all G20 economies in the world. And the days of cheap interest rates are over. The days of being able to get a mortgage on a house at under 5% is history. We had 20 years of low interest rates, generally speaking, and that is gone. Now, do we have high interest rates right now? No, we don't. I want to make sure that those of you who are thinking about going in a time machine, if you go back to the 60s and 70s, but certainly the 70s and the 80s, you would be shocked if you were to walk downtown in your local town in 1985. You would pass by some of your savings and loans and bank branches that used to be there that aren't there anymore. You will see posters in the window, and or inside the bank, advertising how much money they would pay you for saving with them. If you were to put your money into a 2-year GIC or a 4-year investment certificate or 5-year guaranteed investment certificate from the bank, you would be blown away by how much interest they would be offering you for your money. But you would also be blown away by the lineup inside the bank waiting to make their transactions with the teller, because there weren't There weren't ATMs like we have now back in 1975. There weren't any. You got a check from your employer every week. You needed to go to your bank every week, and you needed to deposit your check, and you needed to withdraw some cash and check your balance, and then go out and multiply and write checks to your power company and write a check to your mortgage company if they didn't have automatic withdrawals. And in those days, they were just barely inventing that trick. Um, but you would not see a panic lineup of people desperate to buy these guaranteed investment certificates that would have been offering interest to you of 11 to 15%. 11, 12, 13, 14% interest guaranteed for 5 years. And there were no lineups for people to take the offer. And there was a simple reason why. Back in that time, there was a massive quantitative tightening going on to cut the money supply, because the central bankers of the day, the Federal Reserve and Bank of Canada and Bank of England, they were trying to bring inflation down desperately any way possible, because it was into the teens now. Inflation was in the teens. Postal workers were going on strike every year or two or three and demanding 20% pay raises. Airline pilots and baggage handlers and automotive workers, steel workers, everybody needed 10, 15, and 20% annual pay raises to just stay flat. And there was no lineup, no demand to invest 5 years at 12, 13, 14% interest. Because the thinking was at that time, why would I be an idiot and give this bank $5,000 of my money for 5 freaking years and get a measly 13% interest? My mortgage is 18%. My car loan is 17 to 19%. A personal loan is 16 to 19%. My credit card at 24 is actually not out of whack. Why would I only get 12, 13% interest when I'm paying this kind of interest over here on all the loans that I'm seeking? And by the way, I don't happen to have $5,000 lying around, because I got a 15% pay raise last quarter, and I'm now making, after taxes, I'm only getting about 8% more. Inflation is 15%. I am still losing 7% to inflation. I can't afford to give up $5,000 for the next 5 years. I need that money just to get by, because the cost increase to me every month is 1.25% a month more in expenses for everything I pay for. I need this $5,000 as a cushion if I even have it. There's no way I'm going to put this away for 5 years. Sorry, banker, your 12, 13% interest just isn't cutting it with me. That's what it was. That was normal, completely normal, calm. There was no panic in the bank branch. You'd get in line, you'd be the 15th person in line. There'd be 5 tellers running, working away. And every minute or so, another opening would come up. You'd be 12th in line. It's a 12-minute wait, ballpark. And you'd get up there and do your thing. Teller would handwrite your balance in your bank book, your little deposit book, showing you you have one book for your savings account and one book for your checking account. And they would write down what your balance is as of right now. But that is subject to the checks that you've written that are still floating around out there that haven't cleared yet. This is the old days, man. This is the way it was for all. But then again, in those days, you could invest in the market. You could buy IBM stock. You could buy General Electric stock, General Motors, Ford, Citibank, Chrysler. You could buy the big companies, AT&T. You could buy them. Of course, you had to have a broker you'd have to call, who would then put the order in. But to be able to write stock options in 1965, 1975, pretty almost non-existent. Not until the latter part of the 70s did it really kick in. And even then, it was very, very basic. I did my first option trade in 1978. That's when I did my first option transaction. Things have changed. One thing that hasn't changed, though, is the old expression "sell on the news." That expression has been around in the stock market for a long, long time. probably through the 50s and 60s and today, and it's still relevant today, although people don't use it as much, but it is true. This morning, the sell on the news thing has taken hold of Microsoft. Microsoft stock at the moment, I see it off $12.07 to 338.91. The company beat expectations as to how much money they're making. They delivered earnings as they figured they would. But the market is selling off the stock more than wanting to buy it because the stock rose up in the last month and a half, 2 months, rather nicely, based on the anticipation, the anticipation of the impact of AI on Microsoft's cash flow and earnings potential. And as is usual, what happens is the hype begins and the excitement begins 6 months ago, 3 months ago, that AI is going to become a big part of Microsoft's future. And that is correct. That is a true statement to make. AI is going to become a big part of the future of all high-tech companies, software creators, and so on. However, AI just can't be created in 8 seconds, like an 8-second attention span. You can't just say, oh, well, let's create all of our, let's produce all of our software to help all the businesses that we work with and bring in an AI component. You can't, it doesn't work that way. There's no software written that, it has to be created from scratch. The other thing that has to be created from scratch and has to be physically done, and this is the hard part, you have to physically have the computing power to handle the AI component. If you're going to have software that is going to take over all of your payroll functions or something like that, or all of your inventory management functions, when to bring inventory in and how much, and when to lessen inventory and which and how, and what product to get rid of and what product to bring in, and on and on. We are talking about a lot of this power up here, a lot of feel, business feel that humans have done exclusively. You're now trying to get a computer to think like a human in certain aspects of the business's functions. We're talking about millions of computations per second that have to be done that you and I just take for granted as a human being. We go, oh, we have too many of those. We better put those on sale and get rid of them. That's how we operate. And then we just go ahead and do that with our 500 employees. We work off that inventory to an acceptable level, and then we continue on. AI is going, what? It doesn't know anything from anything. It's like walking into a room in front of 250 college students, and you're about to give a seminar, 2-hour lesson to 250 college students about the intricacies of inventory management. You walk into the house, I go, how you guys doing? What's going on? What are we talking about today? You haven't got a clue what to say. What do you think the AI software is going to do? It's coming in as stupid as hell. Computers are stupid. They don't know a dang thing. They have no history. They have no feel for the past. They have no way to reference a successful campaign versus a mediocre campaign. All this has to be somehow programmed in. I have no idea how they do this. This is beyond my pay grade. But I can tell you this. Once you create software that is capable of doing this kind of functionality, you're going to have computing power to handle all this and then execute the plan and not crash. Well, that means computer systems, storage systems around the world are going to have to be beefed up by trillions or hundreds of billions of dollars in capital. The stock market investor, the speculator out there that has been running up the Microsoft stock, believe me, it has not been the pension funds running up stock of Microsoft to all-time highs. They have not run the market. It has been the day traders. It has been the dreamers, the futurists going, oh, wow, I can really see how Microsoft will be a winner here. I can see how Google will be a winner. Amazon will be a winner. I can see AI. I can see Unity. I can see NVIDIA, all these companies. I can see them being winners. What they're not taking into account is the actual physical building out of the AI complex. This is years, maybe decades, to revolutionize and evolutionize into all systems for everyone. And frankly, if your company is run on AI, on how to hire, how to handle inventory, and raw materials in, fixed goods out, employee benefits, overtime, scheduling, blah blah blah. It's all AI, all AI. That's great. But if you're a competitor who is your arch rival, you got Coke and Pepsi, for example. If the other one is not completely AI'd and is still run on human intuition, if the human intuition is faster than the AI intuition, the AI computer will be blown out of the water. And there's the problem with corporations getting into AI completely. They can't just go into it all the way and expect it all to work out. This is to be done in a gradual way. And all competitors and all other suppliers and what have to be part of the system. If I supply raw materials to company number one and company number two and company number three, and my company is based in Chile because I produce a product that is only found or made in Chile, and I'm not AI. I have not gone AI. I have not decided. I have decided not to invest $500 million in my business to AI it. I've decided that I can hire human beings down here in Chile, Guatemala, Honduras, where you name whatever country you want. I can hire human beings at a cost of $2 an hour versus union rates in Chicago at $25 an hour, St. Louis at $18 to $20 an hour, Memphis, Tennessee at $25 an hour. I can hire people for 1/10 the money by the score to do my manual labor and everything else I need. Why would I invest $500 million over the next 5 years for AI? Now, I sell to 3 different companies. Let's see, 3 main clients. Client number 1 has gone all AI. The orders I receive are from computers. We handle them in a human way. We handle the orders by hand. The second company is half AI, and the third company is the old-fashioned way. And the third company is saying to me, we need so much of this, this, and this. And then a week later, they adjust their orders slightly, a little higher, a little lower, a little lower. We work with them because we have humans talking to those humans. The AI computers spit out demands, just texts and orders, and they're not as quick to adjust. And they might be stubborn to adjust because their thinking is, we have the computing power to envision the final goal of our corporation. We're going to buy these raw materials from these suppliers. We're going to produce this product and we're going to sell it. Company number 3 notices how inefficient or unable company number 1 is to adjust to the headwinds that are happening every minute of the day, every week of the year. And there might be a political development in Germany that tells company number 3, oh, we don't need as many of those because the German parliament is passing a law to make it more expensive to do this or that, the other thing. Or you're going to need permits to do this, that, and the other thing. And that affects the products we make. We're going to adjust our thinking, or we're not going to import into Germany at all. We're going to only import into France and Italy and forget Germany for a while, because it's basically been shut down. The first company isn't aware of political leanings and aware of all these little tiny developments. The management of the company does, but not the AI software computer. And so by the time management tells their system programmers, change the game plan, change the order, it's been weeks. It's been weeks, and there have been deliveries made between the company in Chile and its 3 suppliers. And company number 3 is bringing in exactly what they need as they need it, and they keep ordering as they need to keep ordering. No disruptions. Company number 1 is negotiating refunds. We're going to send you back half the order. We want to readjust it all over again. And the folks in Chile are just going nuts. And so are all the other importers and suppliers to company number 1. They're all going crazy because company number 1 doesn't seem to know what the hell it's doing, because you want to talk about the left hand not doing what the right hand is doing. Hey, how about 1 million hands not knowing what the other 1 million hands are doing? Unless you've got a Cyberdyne Systems running the whole corporation, you have got individual computer systems and software systems in every department of that corporation stumbling all over themselves to get their objectives done. This is years in the perfection business. This will take years, decades. On Microsoft's side this morning, we have 8-second attention span investors saying, the numbers are out. They exceeded expectations. We bought the stock 3 months ago at 300 a share. It ran up to 360, and it's now 330 something. Let's dump it and get the hell out. And we're still up our $30 or $35 or $20 a share or whatever. We are just fine. We made money. We're out of here. We could have got 360, but who knew what the high was going to be? No one knew. Let's just take our money and get the hell out of Dodge. And that's what's going on. We've got trading going on by 8-second attention span investors who are not here for the future of Microsoft. They're not here to invest in Microsoft the next 15, 20 years. They're leaving money on the table because they're looking for the next hot stock. They have an 8-second attention span to invest in the next deal. What is the next company that's going to be the one? Is it Apple? Are we just going to jump on Apple for now? Are we going to jump on Amazon? Are we going to jump? What is it? Just tell me which one. Because last week we dumped Tesla. This week we're dumping Microsoft. Who are we dumping next week? That's all it is. It's an 8-second attention span investing cycle in the middle of a quantitative tightening market. And I bring it back to that. The Federal Reserves are tightening the money supply, which means there are fewer stocks having big runs as before, and more stocks will back off if they don't deliver beyond expectations. Question, of course, on this channel is, well, what about SoFi? SoFi comes out with their numbers on Monday. Does this mean that if SoFi comes out on Monday and says we've met all of our expectations, that SoFi will go to $7 a share because you sell on the news? Is that the mentality? Or is it the opposite? Is it where SoFi comes out with results on Monday that way exceed expectations, and they revise forward their expectations much higher than anyone had considered it could be, and SoFi goes to 12.14 because there are so few other companies out there over delivering the goods that speculation money, 8-second attention span money will come into SoFi and buy it up, figuring I'll pay 10, 12 bucks a share if it's going to go to 15, 18. Why wouldn't I do that? I'm just a guy looking for a quick flip, says the 8-second attention span guy. Well, we'll find out when we start this party next week. Right now, SoFi is $9.27 a share this morning, and we don't hear until Monday what's going on. So there you have it. Lots of fun out there. We're down 97 on the Dow Jones right now. Today is interest rate day. Down 10 on S&P, down 47 on NASDAQ. The losses, though, are a quarter point to a 1/3 of a percentage point. This is a nothing burger here. We're actually doing rather well if you compare how this market is comparing to, say, the European markets right now. Europe is still open, and we are down 2/3 of a point in London, 1% in Germany, 2% in France. So these markets are getting shellacked compared to how America is doing right now in its future projection. Crude oil down 93 cents a barrel to 78.72. And this is an indicator, this is one of those indicators you never stop looking at. You're always watching the oil market, and you're asking yourself, and you're trying to glean from it the future, Marty. What's the future going to look like? Do I have to get into my DeLorean and drive there, or can I just look at something that'll tell me what the future is going to be? One of them is the oil price, because this is a futures market. When I tell you what crude oil is trading at 78.71 a barrel, this is a futures quote. The future of oil is 78.71, down 94 cents right now. It's telling me that oil traders are gambling and are wagering money that oil is not going up in price in the future. It's going to go down in price. It's not going above $80 a barrel in the future. It's just not happening. Why would oil not be going up? Well, one of the reasons is supply and demand. If there's plenty of supply, and even if demand is wishy-washy and there's lots of demand, well, then you got a lower price. If you've got phenomenal demand, but you have phenomenal supply, the ratio between the two is still the same. It's the question of when the supply is here, lots available, and people thought this much oil would be wanted, but actually this much is going to be wanted. We got a gap, and we have a down gap, and we're going to have lower prices for an extended period of time. Now, is $78 a barrel cheap? No, it's not cheap. $78 a barrel is $30 a barrel too high, in my opinion. $48 a barrel would be a fair price right now because there's oil everywhere and there's usage being curtailed everywhere. And there's more and more demand on the human race to use less of this stuff from more and more people of the human race. There are those protesters out there spraying paintings with, I don't know what, creating all kinds of problems with these environmental protests. More of these are showing up. And who are these folks? Younger kids, under 40, under 30 for sure. Look, go to Los Angeles, go to Venice Beach, that area, Santa Monica, that whole region of Santa Monica and Venice Beach. Hang out there for a day or so. And just look at the vehicles driving around in that region, that area. And you'll be shocked at how many highly fuel efficient vehicles there are down there, like really fuel efficient, including electric. Hybrids everywhere, hybrid vehicles everywhere, smaller cars, smaller pickups. You don't need the big F-150 with a gigantic engine in it. We're talking about the younger crowd that lives there. A lot of folks are in the copywriting business. They're in the marketing business. They are the backbone of Google, YouTube, Facebook, Amazon. They are the marketers. These are the message deliverers. These are the message creators that they're on Twitter. They're on everything. The digital revolution. There it is. And they call that area Silicon Valley South. Can you imagine how many Teslas are in the San Jose area, San Francisco area, and just south? Because a gallon of gas in California, first of all, is expensive. But a gallon of gas in Metro Los Angeles, metropolitan San Francisco, you are paying dearly for a gallon of gas. Seattle, how many Teslas have invaded Seattle? How many hybrids and others have come into Seattle? This is the future. If other states were to raise their taxes on gasoline, one, as an environmental measure, two, as a way to not raise personal income taxes, ways to raise money for the coffers of the government without soaking the average guy, this would reduce gasoline consumption dramatically. I mean, people aren't stupid. You raise the price of a pack of cigarettes, $2 a pack, people smoke less. You raise the price of beer by $1 a can, they drink less beer. You raise the cost of gasoline, people use less gasoline. They find a way to get by with less. It might be economically bad for a while, but in the end, less gasoline is burned up for whatever purpose because people find alternative ways to get by. When I was in Vienna with Jennifer last year, we're sitting at an outdoor cafe on a very busy corner of two major roadways in downtown Vienna, Old Town, downtown Vienna. The buses that went by were electric. Trams were going by electric. And I'm sitting there and watching a guy sitting in what looked like a recumbent bicycle. He's really low, got the big back of his seat there. He's got his helmet on. and he's got like chopper handlebars, and he's got a speed up here to pedal. And I noticed that behind him is a box. It's like a little pickup thing, a little pickup truck box behind him. Not that huge. He's a DHL courier. The guy was a courier for DHL. And he was delivering packages, picking up and delivering packages for DHL. He was driving an electronic assisted recumbent bike. So he would pedal up to 3-4 miles an hour, and the electronics would take it over from there. He had a battery pack under his seat. He had plenty of juice to probably go 100 miles for the day, hours and hours and hours. And if he needed a charge, he would just get himself to the nearest DHL mini depot, which were these metal boxes all over the place. He parked beside one of those, pop off his battery pack, put it in the metal box, and take a charged one out and plug it in and keep on going. No emissions. And this guy is all over downtown. There are dozens of them all over downtown Vienna, picking up and delivering packages, letters. Huge boxes? No. Was he delivering a grand piano? No. But what Federal Express, what we use for FedEx and UPS, little packages and envelopes, he had hundreds of them. And nobody batted an eye at this guy. This guy was so normal looking to them. Wasn't a big deal. Bicycles everywhere in that city. 60-year-olds riding bikes. A number of them were electronically assisted. A number of them were not. You adjust to the new normal. And over in Vienna, the per person consumption of energy compared to the per person consumption of energy in Los Angeles, you can't compare the two. It is beyond compare. But hey, I'm just saying, it is what it is. We adjust to whatever the new normal is. The market, we have to adjust to the new normal of our stock market every day. And I'm happy to report that on this channel, a lot of people have adjusted to a new normal. And around here in this channel's universe, the new normal is bringing money in from a stock market that might not be all that eager to give it to you. And one way to take money out of the market, whether the market wants to give it to you or not, is writing stock options. And this channel has adopted that philosophy and is scoring big time home runs, because stock options depreciate in price as they age out. They don't last long in the first place. A lot of stock options that are created by those who write stock options, they're good for a month or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 months. Around these parts, if someone around here writes a stock option that's 6 months or 8 months, that's a long-term contract. Even though you can write 2-year contracts if you wish. There are viewers here who eventually and occasionally will be involved in a 2-year contract, but it's not the norm. Option contracts are a beast that is used by all sophisticated investment firms around the planet to bring income in. The folks who fund the option market, the majority of it, are smaller investors and or aggressive investors. There are hedge funds and there are other institutional investors that do speculate on option trades. Yes, there's a reason the option market exists. It's for all to participate in, whether you're an institution or whether you're just a small investor, an individual retail investor. Option writers who are retail investors, my viewers, can enter this business and write one option, 5, 8, 15, 30, all you want without any trouble whatsoever. Occasionally, you can't get the price you would really like. Sometimes the bid ask is a little out of the way. It all depends on which option you're writing, on what entity you're writing it on. But if you want to be an option writer, and you are going to write options on popular traded stocks, you're going to have no trouble getting fills, buy or sell or buy. But around here, viewers have been taking money off the table because option gamblers are nuts. They are desperate, more desperate now than they've ever been. 2 years ago, the market was hitting new highs every week. 2 years ago, if you ever recorded CNBC all day long around the close, say the last 10 minutes of the close, for say 3 months in a row, 6 months in a row, back in 2019 and 20, or beyond before, you would have noticed that every second, third, fourth day, there would be all these graphics showing up on the screen. Record high for the NASDAQ, record high close for the Dow 30, record high close for the S&P 500. Transportation index hits new all-time record high. This is all they were talking about, because on CNBC, they've got to keep you watching the television channel so you stick around for the commercials. And what do they do with 5 minutes to go before the close? We have 2 minutes of commercials with 5 minutes to go, so that you're now hooked in to catch the end of the day. And at the end of the day, they are flashing these on track to hit a new all-time record high graphics were showing up. At that time, if you were an option buyer, you would be buying the index options, or you'd be buying options on Apple or Microsoft or whatever stock was running the momentum trade at that time. And people were buying call options and selling call options, buying call options and selling call, and making money because the market just kept going up and up and up and up. Occasional down days and flat days, and then up and up and up again. And all in all, people were very happy with the markets. Quantitative easing was underway because the Federal Reserve was buying bonds rather than selling bonds rather than buying bonds. They were putting money into the system rather than taking money out of the system. Interest rates were next to nothing. Cash was everywhere. Markets went higher. And corporations kept producing record profits because they had no cost for the capital they were using to produce their merchandise. Kind of easy to make money when the money that you need to make the money costs you nothing. It's very easy to make money in a market like that. Real estate flippers were having a wonderful time. People were borrowing money to buy a house at 1.5% interest, flipping it for 5% more. A year later, 2 years later, when the cost of money is 1.5%, and that's a write-off, you can make some good money in real estate. It's all changed now. It's the opposite. We are running out of cash. Interest rates are much higher. Cost of money is real, and inflation is higher. And so now corporations can't deliver record profits every quarter anymore. It can only now exceed expectations. And so for option writers, those who write options, that the gamblers need you to write. If you don't write options, gamblers can't play the market. They need you to write options so they have something to gamble with. You're the one creating the poker chips, in other words. These folks need you to create options. You're the one writing options, and you know in the back of your mind, inflation is higher than it's been in decades. Interest rates are they're 22-year highs. Cost of capital is higher. It's much more difficult to make a dollar. And the corporations are not going to make record profits. They're going to be lucky to exceed expectations. That means there's a cap on the upside of the overall market. And option writers are loving this because there's a glass ceiling on the stock market that is not going away anytime soon. And so option writers cash in because options generally depreciate in value as they approach their expiry date. If they're out of the money, they depreciate to zero. The trick is to write the contracts out there on the stocks that everybody is speculating on that have the highest premium payoff to you. In other words, the contract you can write at the highest possible price that will become a nothing burger in 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 9 weeks, 15 weeks, whatever amount of time the contract has left to go. Some of you have become experts at writing contracts that have 15 weeks left to go, and you buy them back when they only have 5 weeks left to go. You don't even wait till the end. You make the majority of the depreciation in a certain window of time, and then you write another set of contracts for 15 weeks all over again, or 12 weeks, or whichever contracts you like to write. This Saturday, we have a class, number 17, class 17, how to use other people's money to make money in the option market. I think I misspoke. It's class 16. 17 is down the road. Class 16 is coming up this Saturday at noon Eastern time, right here on this channel, if you register for the class. And to register for the class, you need to make a donation to the PayPal account of this channel. Links are down below. And you can become a member of said class to understand. There's the PayPal address right there. You can become aware of how to write options on stocks or index options, um, using other people's money, credit spreads, and very low risk investments, where I am not coming out on Saturday to show you how you could blow your fortune in one trade and lose everything. That is not coming up this Saturday. What's coming up this Saturday is how you can get an 85, 89, 90% rating, where the odds of you making money are 85 to 90% on an option position. And it's a position you can end anytime you like. It's an option position with where you can adjust the positions of your contracts anytime you want, and that just raises the odds of you making money. You're going to understand. You're going to learn how senior, large pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, ETFs, and others work the options market. Insurance companies that are sitting on billions of dollars of your insurance premiums put to work your money in investments, and they use options to haul in additional income, so they have enough capital to pay their bills, pay their overheads, all their advertising, and to afford their insurance payouts. You're going to learn how institutions work their money. You work your money, and now you're going to understand. You're going to learn how to write options using money of the option market to get you richer. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. This Saturday, if you do make a donation of $150 to be in the class, this is what you need to do. You need to send me an email. Here's my email address. Let me know, Bruce, I've just sent you $150 for class number 16 for this Saturday. This is the email address that I'm using here. This is where I want you to send the link, because I know it is a private telecast only to participants of the class. It's a live class. Jennifer will be the moderator, and you're welcome to join us. It's going to go from about 2.5 hours, I'm going to guess. After the class is done, we will have the class edited by my editor. Emily will take care of it. And by next Wednesday, Thursday, we should be able to send all of the class people, those of you who are attending the class, you will get an edited version of this class as part of your contribution. And for those of you who can't make the class, you want to, but you can't do it, it's all right. By next week, Wednesday, Thursday, the class will be uploaded to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. And you will be able to pick up the class there, just like you can pick up right now the first 15 classes we've done already on how to write options in this market and make some money. Okay, so giddy up, everybody. Thank you for being here this morning. We start trading in 10 minutes. Look forward to seeing you this Saturday. For those of you coming in, and like I say, we will be covering a whole bunch of strategies here that you've not thought of before, maybe. Remember this, a number of my viewers who are here today and are going to watch this show on rerun later today, of the thousands of people who watch this channel from time to time or every single day, a lot of you folks have been here for a long time and hung out and learned a lot about option writing. A number of you, a very high number of you, have been watching the classes. You started with number 1 and number 2 and so on and so on. Some of you religiously watch each one of them. You've been part of the live audience each and every time. Others of you have picked up classes in bunches and then just binge watch them, and then you rewatch them from time to time. You've learned how to write options on stock. You've learned how to write options on options. You've learned how to write cash secured puts. You've been learning all about the tricks of the option trade, the tricks of the options market, the subtleties of it, the psychology of it. All of this stuff has been in the classes, and you've picked up and picked up and picked up and picked up more information and become more attuned to how this option market works. You're ready now for class 16. Those of you who've been here for a year or two, you've now learned enough about the basics. Many are going, the basics? It's been 2 years I've gotten to this. I'm only on to the basics? Yes, you're only at the basic level of option writing. You've learned very little. If you are ever to somehow miraculously um, be at a golf tournament and you're sitting at a table for dinner and the person beside you is a professional option writer for a hedge fund from New York, you will be able to talk to that person on a very ground basic level about options. But that individual will quickly figure out you are a rank amateur and you are a classic retail option writer. And if they are as smart as I know they are, and they have class, and some do and some don't, they will treat you with respect and they will talk to you at the level you can understand. But you will quickly figure out, oh my God, what this person knows that I don't know is just beyond. Because you are sitting beside probably the equivalent of a brain surgeon rather than a general doctor. You go into a clinic and you cut your arm, they can take care of you. You go to a clinic with a brain aneurysm, you're going to see this person right over here with a team of specialists. Well, this specialist here, this option specialist, is years ahead of you and so far down the highway, and also has access to the state of the art software, computer systems to do what they do with millions of dollars at a time. All right. It's a whole different world that they're part of. I am just taking you to the next level. I'm just taking you to the second floor of this massive 80-story tower filled with option traders. I'm going to get you out of the ground floor where all the beginners are. I'm going to bring you down to the second, third floor where you're hanging around some of the more advanced folks. There are still folks above you that are waiting or will not wait for you. It doesn't matter. The key here is this. 90% of the market out there doesn't even get into the ground floor. They don't even get there. They're just buyers of contracts and they're just hoping to make a few bucks. They're guessing. They have a vibe. They have a feel for the market. These are people who will say to you, well, I saw the stock do this and this, and so I felt that it would do this going forward. So I did this trade and that trade on the options market because I felt, I suspected, I got the impression that this was going to happen. These are guessers. These are gamblers. These are the casino floor people that casinos live for, that come into the casino and do not know a thing about the intricacies of gambling. And they're out there dropping cash. And there are a few lucky winners. Oh, yes, there are always lucky ones. But then there are those who think they know what they're doing and they get their butts handed to them, little cut at a time. They kind of bleed out, one little cut here, one little cut there, one little cut there, and then they just fade away and they have to go get more money before they can come back. Option writers are always there. Option writers are always there. The casino never goes away, and option writers keep writing. I'm trying to get you to that level of option writing. Just bring you up. Very conservative, very low risk scenarios where you can sleep at night, where you might be anxious for the market to open the next morning because you can't wait for the market to open because you're so excited about how you're doing. Yes, I do understand that. But anyway, join us on Saturday. And I think we're going to have some fun on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to this class coming up and several more behind it. Thank you all for being here. We start trading in about 4 minutes. And so Larry Titus, thank you all. Stephen, thank you for your thumbs up this morning. Number 108. Steve Carney, thank you. Become a member today, Steve. We'd love to have you here as a member. Fantastic. Let's see what's going on. What else is going on here? Thank you all so much for being here. Coyote number 99, the big Ezra's 57, number 97. Thank you guys for being part of the show and being part of the channel. Appreciate it. All right. So what else is going on? Let's do this here. We're going to shift over now to member-only chat because we're about to open up. And please consider becoming a member if you could of this channel. We love to have you here. Remember, members of this channel keep it alive without question. We are alive because of the memberships, and I thank you all so much for coming through. Okay, there we go. Member only account, and thank you all for being members, whether you're a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member or you've joined the Ultimate Club, the Gold Bagel Membership Club. Thank you all for helping out and being part of the gang. Love having you here. Alrighty, there it is. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. We're going to open up here in a little bit and see what this market really has in store. I do note that it appears the Dow is off 120 with a few moments to go before we start trading. We're off 11, just 11 points only on S&P, and we're down 48 on NASDAQ. This is not a massive sell-off, but we will start in the red. We'll see how deep it goes and whether there will be a half hour or 1 hour sell-off and then the big turnaround. What is the deal here? We'll find out. We're only down a third of a point, a quarter of a point, third of a point on the morning. Oil down 87 cents a barrel, so the oil market is not running into new highs or anything like that. $78 a barrel, 78.76. SoFi right now, 929, down 4 cents at the moment is where I see it. And looking at other stocks, Rocket Lab is up 7 cents this morning. We got, like I say, GameStop down, 9 cents. We got Matterport up 3. On Apple, we're up 15 cents. We were up 87 yesterday. Goldman Sachs is ahead 73 right now. Cisco down 22, but it's done really well. 53.39. It's doing great. It was up 49 cents again yesterday. Tesla down 186. Not much of a move there. No change on ARC Innovations. Microsoft still down $12, but not any worse. It has not continued to fall off. Be interesting to see if it actually pops back a little bit here from these 338 lows. Pfizer down 11 cents. HPQ down just 8 cents. Was up 67 yesterday to $33. We have come back to 33 on HPQ. Google, $7.29 is the gain at $130 a share. Amazon down $2.27. NVIDIA's up $1.37 to $4.58. Unity down 27 cents, and AI is down 34. It gained yesterday $2.19. Was in that high 30 range, and then it broke 40. It's now at 40.02 on AI. And there is the story. We're probably going to, like I said, we'll see how it goes. We're probably going to see this pattern continue from time to time where we get stock coming out, earnings coming out, some sell-off happening, the sell-off in the news mentality, and then we'll take it from there. This is you cannot read into this market forever on a one-day reaction, but I just don't fear the upside. Really, I just do not see the markets going to all-time record highs and higher highs than we've ever imagined in the past. I just don't see that kind of recovery coming. Today is interest rate day. The rates will go up a quarter of a point, and that's going to affect this market. So we'll have to watch for that. There should be some volatility out there. Thank you to Larry Titus for, as usual, being there for us, hitting the bells, letting us know we are open for trading, and we're ready to roll. Let's see what gives the day on this market. I've got the Dow just showing its first initial trades. I think we're down 184 to 100 points. We'll give it a minute or two, let it settle in, and we'll find out just how the market wants to work today. All righty. Thank you all so much for being here. I think we're down 72 on the Dow. We're off 7 on S&P. We're down 14 on NASDAQ. So it's not even a quarter point on the opening. We do not have a massive sell wall first thing this morning. It doesn't seem to be there. Yeah, there's some selling, but it's not there's nothing to worry about. We're up $2 on NVIDIA at 458.92. SoFi down 2 cents. Rocket Lab 7.29. It looks like down 7.15 right now. Rocket Lab jumping. I don't know why. It just is. GameStop 22.76 down 9 cents. AI down 44. That's what we got. Juan, neat. There you go, Juan. Thank you, my friend, for that. Thank you to Deep Value Options member. Deep Value Options has been a member of this channel for 23 months. Gold bagel level. Uncle Bruce is the best. Thank you so much. Bobby Atkinson, I've been a member for 17 months. Gold bagel level. Thank you, Bobby Atkinson. Love you guys when you put these beautiful green bar notices up on the YouTube channel to let the world know how long you've been part of this family. The impact is fantastic. Letting people know how long you've been here, and it's a simple reason why people are members of this channel for as long as they've been members. Um, they they're making money. That's sort of easy. That's usually how it works. If you're a member of a stock market kind of channel like this one, where you're following, a guy who's giving you his opinions on what you think you might want to look at doing, if the guy doesn't give you suggestions that win, you tend not to stick around very long. It's kind of how it works. But if you've been here for a year or 2.5, and you're a gold bagel level member and you're paying $300 a year to YouTube to be part of this channel as a member, that is a serious commitment. But I can tell you right now, if you are a mediocre option writer, I mean, you're not like one of the all-stars. You're just getting by. It doesn't surprise me where in a typical month or typical year, viewers here will write 100 contracts a year, 8 a month on average. They make $1 a contract, on depreciation. They make $800 a month on depreciation on contracts. They pay $25 a month to be part of this channel to figure out how to do that. Well, if you can bring in 800, pay 25 to understand how to do it, it's kind of a win. There's an upside there, but really, if you're here seriously to be an option writer and you really want to become a full-time administrator of your own assets, you're not going to write 8 contracts a month in your account. You're going to be writing hundreds of contracts a month on an ongoing basis because you're going to be so into it, and it's going to be such a part of your normal part of your day. For you to write 10 or 15 contracts here and there every couple of days is just a no-brainer. You'll be into 5-6 different positions at the same time. You'll be monitoring the markets up and down. You're writing cash secured puts over here. You're writing poor man cover calls over there. You're doing spreads over here. You're busy, and you're going to haul in $1,000 a day, $1,500 a day in premiums once you're into it. It's just that way. It's a multi-trillion-dollar business, the option market. Okay, it is beyond in size what you can ever comprehend for yourself personally. Even if you were to make $200,000 a month trading options, you are a nothing burger in the option market. I'm sorry to say. You might think you're King Abdullah, but you're not. You're just part of the market. If you write 5 or 10 or 20 contracts here and there, you're just a tiny little player in a huge market, which is fine. If you can make $1,000 a day doing option writing, I say take that money and don't work for a day job. If you can make $20,000 a month, 20 trading days a month, you make 20 grand a month. What are you working for anybody? Why would you want to do that? You keep doing this and add to it. Congratulations, all of you, and thank you for being here. There's a reason why people are members of this channel, and they just won't leave. Oh my God, Nazareth, I've been a member for 28 months. Chilling with Uncle Bruce, we ain't going anywhere. Moon Shadow, I've been a member for 28 months. Gold Bagel level member, class number 16 Saturday. Can't wait to see you. John Gill, member for 25 months. Gold Bagel level member. There you go. Again, I don't pay these people to do this. They do this of their own volition to let you know how long they've been here. And I thank you all doing this. Of course, they immediately pop up those knee emojis to honor the Knights of Knee, which we must do. You cannot be part of this channel and not believe in the power of the Knights of Knee, because you are just fooling yourself if you think that there's just some other power out there that'll make your markets go the way you want. You must honor the Knights of Knee. And every once in a while, you pop up a few of these little neat emojis just to let them know that you care and you respect the power of the Knights of Knee. D.H. Ruda, knee. There you go. Plus, it's a great way to release some stress. Get stress out of your system. Hit some knee emojis and enjoy yourself. We have fun around here. It's kind of fun making money. That's the other neat thing about this channel. You make money on this channel by writing options, and it's kind of fun doing it. It's a lot of fun doing it. I'm showing the Dow up right now. We were down 100 and something points 2 minutes before we were to open. Now we're up 8 points on the Dow. Like, you tell me what's going on. It's interest rate rise day. The interest rates are going to go up today in the U.S. at least a quarter point. That's baked in. Just waiting for you know who to have the press conference, and we'll see fluctuations in the market like this. We're up 12 right now on the Dow. Where's the selling supposedly coming from? Don't know. We're down 8 on the S&P. We're down 61 on NASDAQ. It's a nothing burger there. And that's the story. That is what is going right now. Here's a headline. Only half of Americans feel on track for retirement, and confidence is falling, BlackRock says. There's a headline for you. BlackRock, they have $1 trillion in assets. They manage people's money, and they feel that only half of Americans think they're on the right track. Man, that's actually a scary headline. To me, that is disturbing. On the one hand, it's disturbing. On the other hand, I go, well, do I have upside for this channel? Yeah. Do I ever have upside? There are so many people out there who are lost in what to do for retirement. They don't know I exist. They'll never know I exist. I mean, how in the world are 30 million Americans ever going to know that I'm around, or what, 5 million Canadians, whatever the numbers are? How many Europeans? Are we talking 100 million Europeans, 20 million American? I mean, are there 100 million investors out there who are worried about their retirement that if they knew of this channel and what we do and what we talk about, would if only 1% of 100 million people were to, after they find out I exist and hang out here for a little bit and became followers and believers of this channel, I would have one of the largest YouTube channels in the world. Daily live channel. I mean, can you imagine? I'd have 150,000 viewers every day here. People learning how to write options. Can you imagine the impact this channel would have on the options market if we had 150,000 option writers hanging around here together? Out of this world. I could not imagine that. I could not imagine. I'd have to have so much staff, so many staff members handling so many requests. It would be insanity. But hey, when this outfit says that half of Americans are concerned about their retirement, this to me is a shockingly scary statement, because it is telling me that there are trillions, with the T, trillions of dollars not inside pension funds and 401ks and IRAs that should be there by now, that aren't there and will not be there when these folks need their capital. They need capital to survive on. This spells future misery for a huge number of people. And this is going to affect the children of these people. It's going to affect relatives of these people, because there are families out there that band together and support the elders. I mean, that's the way, the family way. The problem with that, of course, is if the 50-year-old and 40-year-old children of adults who are destitute have to help out those folks to get by, that means that these folks are not investing in the economy like the economy could use to further the growth of the future economy. Man, look, mom and dads out there are struggling to raise their kids. They're struggling to get them into college themselves, but now they have to also look after their parents. On top of that, they just finished their student loans when they were in their 40s. Now they've got their kids' student loans to worry about. They got their mothers and fathers to worry about. These folks are not going to go on a holiday in Phoenix, Arizona, or in Florida for 6 months of the year to get away from winter. These folks aren't going to buy a cabin in Michigan or Minnesota. These folks aren't going to travel to Europe. These folks aren't going to live a retirement of comfort. These folks are slaves to the older generation, and they're worried about their younger generation because it's the right thing to do. We're talking problems out there. It's unbelievable. here with you guys, some of you guys, if I can just help, if I can help 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 5,000 people through my YouTube limited lifetime that I've got here, avoid that nightmare, that potential absolute scary nightmare, then I am forever grateful that I've been able to pull off something to help some people out there. Boy, I sure hope I can help you guys. I sure hope it's working for you, and we'll do the best we can. Splayer, thank you, my friend. TJ is here. Always good. Nico, Richard, Carlin, thank you guys. What can I say? Alberto, 30 to 60,000 a month, still a drop in the bucket. You have set so many of us to financial freedom, rock and roll. Alberto, manager says, Uncle Bruce, hey, can you give me an opinion on UNH? What is it? I don't even know what UNH is. I'm not trying to come off as like, a Mr. Smarty Pants and say, oh, I don't know anything about this company. I honestly don't know who UNH is. Let me punch in the symbol. It looks like United Health Group. Okay. This of course is a health outfit in the USA, something completely foreign in Canada. They engage in the provision of healthcare coverage, software, and data consultancy services. Operates through the following segments: United Healthcare, Optimum Health, Optimum Insight, and Optimum RX. The United Healthcare segment utilizes Optimum's capabilities to help coordinate patient care, improve affordability of medical care, analyze cost trends, manage pharmacy benefits, work with care providers more effectively, and create a simpler consumer experience. The Optimum Health segment provides health and wellness care serving the broad healthcare marketplace, including payers, care providers, employers, government, life sciences companies, and consumers. On and on it goes. Let me take a look at their financials just for fun. It's a $510 stock, $511. Their revenues in 2018 was $226 billion. 2019, $242 billion. 2020, $257 billion. 2021, $287 billion. In 2022, their income was $324 billion. In Canada, France, the UK, Germany, and most other advanced countries, companies like this don't exist. This is part of the government. This is part of the government healthcare system. Outfits like this just don't exist. We do not have healthcare providers of our national healthcare systems flying around in private jets, earning stock options and all that kind of stuff. Net income, $12 billion in 18. Net income last year, $20 billion in net income. That $20 billion would be kept for the patients of our country, of these countries. There would be no net income to anybody. This would all be part of the system, and it would be much more efficiently run and would give more coverage to people than profits to these guys. Anyway, hey, it's America, though. We're talking America, free enterprise, Even the health of the population is available to the highest bidder. That is the shocker. Okay, what do you want to know? I am looking into doing poor man cover calls. Could you please suggest which option and strike price I should consider? No, I'm not going to do that. I'll tell you, I'm not going to do that. I love Manager. You cannot believe how much I love Manager. He's great. Manager is a great guy. He has a hotel in Blythe, California. He's a super guy. He works his butt off, him and his wife. Super person. But he knows the answer to this question. He doesn't need me to tell him this stuff. He just wants me to reassure him he's doing it right. The reality is that if you out there who watch me have taken my 15 lessons so far, one at a time, one a week, one a month, whatever pace you want, you'll have come across the Poor Man Cover Call class. There are several that I've now created on Poor Man Cover Calls. And I know Manager owns those classes, or he's told me he's going to buy them, or he's bought them. I can't remember exactly. I think he's got them all. And Manager will be he'll be here for class number 60. Manager knows how to buy a poor man covered call. He knows how to buy a deep in the money call. He knows the ratios he should be paying and not paying. He knows how to write calls, certainly. He knows how to write cash secured puts. He knows all this stuff. This is a question where he wants me to promote the stock and to promote the trade to you. I don't know. It doesn't do him any good if I get anyone else involved in this trade. It doesn't help him whatsoever, because if I tell you guys how great it is for you to write poor man covered calls on United Healthcare, it's not going to make a difference to the damn stock. I'm not going to make a darn bit of difference. But I don't know why. I'm not sure why manager is asking me, except that he just wants a reassurance that he's doing it right. I'm cool with that. I would be much happier if manager wrote me a note, either here or privately, which he knows he can do, that says, I did this, or I'm thinking of this. I got this stock in mind. I'm thinking of buying this poor man, this deep in the money call, and I'm thinking of writing these calls against it. What do you think of this strategy for a poor man covered call strategy? I'd prefer that rather than, would you do all the work for me? Would you look at the stock, the company, find the deep in the money call, tell me which one to write, when to write it, when should I buy it back? Can you hold my hand? I don't do that. I'm not a stockbroker. I'm not an options broker. I'm not a licensed guy. I'm just here. I'm just here to give you my thoughts on stuff. And here he is. Like, yes, I bought the classes. I'm looking for reassurance. There you go. And that's okay. But the reassurance is not coming from me, where I'm going to say to you, oh, well, I'm going to take 10 minutes out of my show's schedule. I'm going to break down a stock for you. I'm going to bust it all up and then come back with you with a suggestion. I don't do that. It's not fair to all my other viewers. It's not fair to you guys. You guys, you can always ask me my opinion on a trade and what your thoughts are. Or let me know how you're doing on a trade, or a trade I'm doing is not working out the way I thought. What do you think about this? What alternatives do I have? Yes, that's fair game. But for me to do all the work for you guys, it's not right. But that's what the classes are for. The classes have been given to you to watch and rewatch and come and join us for the show and learn how this is done. I think that's fair. I think it's reasonable. I don't think I'm being unreasonable. Anyway, Alex, you have made us fishermen rather than just giving us fish. Skills I've learned will last me a lifetime, and I'll pass on to my kids. This is a big deal. Alex, I appreciate you saying that. You certainly are getting it. No question about it. And Marcus says, uni class number 16 to write on UNH. There you go. Touch grass. You the man, Bruce. Flint Creek. I'm in the class Saturday. Woo-hoo! All right. Lame duck. I gave my son $5,000 when I sold my truck in November. He's turned it into $10,000 writing options. You gotta love that. That's pretty good. Cindy, why do you think ATIP is not in the option game after the reverse split? I'm gonna guess, Cindy. I don't know the answer, but my hunch is not enough volumes for the stock. Perhaps not enough stock in existence to qualify for option positions by Chicago. It could be a Chicago rule that the company doesn't meet, and that's why they're not there. Again, I'm guessing, though. I don't have an official answer, and I don't know where to get that answer. Alberto, lame duck, nice. That is the way. $5,000 to $10,000. Dude, manager, the only one who could get Uncle Bruce to look up a ticker and do real-time analysis. The long options look pretty dry to me, so poor man cover call, just not looking good. No 90-10 in the December, January 25 that I see. There you go, manager. You got people doing your work for you. Lame duck, 26 years old, who needs a job. This is his future. Next, double that. There you go. Dude, the best I'm seeing is an 80-20, maybe a shorter-term option strategy, something perhaps Uncle Bruce will teach you in this weekend's lesson. Alex is smiling. We are rocking and rolling, man. It's all good. Yeah, kids, you gotta want to learn how to do the option writing. And there are 15 classes out there all about options. And if you've taken 5 of them, thank you and congratulations. But you've left 10 on the table. Um, are these the greatest classes ever made? No. Am I the greatest instructor ever to have talked about options? No. Will you get a handle on how options work if you hang out? Yeah, you will. Couple the options classes I've done with hanging out with us here every day, talking about this stuff, doing a one-on-one with me from time to time. You will be a long way down the road to understand how options work. You will come a long way, and perhaps you too can take 5,000 and turn it into 10,000. I don't know. I love comments like that. Anyway, there it is. Manager says, Uncle Bruce, I do understand your position about your live session, but sometimes we traders ask questions to each other to look up the trade that we are interested in talking about. Fair enough. Home Skillet, for what it's worth, 2 of 3 ATIP locations in my area are shuttered. Just so you know. Interesting. Could well be that they're doing some reorganization. It could well be that they're in deep discussions to do an amalgamation of the company. It could well be that they are going to buy a bunch of clinics and offer clinic services on top of ATIP services. It could be a 5-year plan is being put together. It could be that a 10-year plan is being put together. I have no idea. They don't tell me this. They're not going to tell you either until they're done figuring it out. But what they have done at ATIP, and this is notable, they have not delisted the company's stock. They've kept it as a public company. They have reorganized it. They have spent millions of dollars in the last year to reorganize the company to the point where it is now, and to continue to reorganize the company to where it's going. And there's a reason why millions of dollars of legal fees, accounting fees, filing fees are being spent by management and owners of the corporation. There's a very, very big reason. It's because the company is going to be worth a lot more money down the road than it is now after it is finalized and recreated into whatever it's going to be recreated to. You have to decide whether or not you want to hold this stock and wait it out, or dump it, take the tax write-off, and just say, hey, I gave it a shot. I was patient. I don't want to wait anymore. On the other hand, some of you might say, I'm going to buy some more of this stuff. I'm going to get myself 200 shares, 400, 500. I'm going to average down my cost dramatically by putting a few bucks in here from time to time, because it's still a listed company. And something is going to have to be done to maintain it as a listed company. And it can't be the way it is. It has to change. So it's your call how you want to play it. This is one of the 8 SPACs that I talked about 2.5 years ago, when people begged me, please tell us some stocks to get into that could be long-term winners. And so we talked about SoFi and Matterport and ME and SmartRent and on and on and on. Are all 8 going to be mega multi-billion-dollar winners? No. Will some of them make more money? Will some of them be worth so much money that they'll take care of all the other 7 as far as losses go? Maybe. Will 4 of 8 work out? 1 or 2 break even, 1 or 2 make a ton of money, and it means you make a bunch of money anyway. Maybe. But which one, when, and how fast? I can't say. Who's the biggest winner right now? SoFi. Definitely the biggest winner. It's the highest priced stock, of course, but it is the largest capitalized entity. The one with the highest potential for earnings of all of them is SoFi. Yeah. And are they delivering? I think they are. Every quarter, look at the financials improving dramatically. Are the financials improving at Matterport and SmartRent? Yeah. Is there real potential at ME? Actually, there is. What about Spire? I think there is too. But they're not the same companies, and they're not growing at the same pace, and they're not the same size. They're all in their own niche. Do you have the patience to wait these out, or are you only going to be an option writer on S&P 500 stocks, Dow 30 stocks, AI, GameStop? Up to you. There's a number of things you have to ask yourself, and that's the way it is. I understand. All right, let's keep going. AMD had a dip today, a nice dip today, says Cindy. Chip company, great premiums. I will look into that for poor mind covered calls. Deep value options. Uncle Bruce is the best teacher by a long shot. The Home Skillet, East Coast, Maryland is where I'm from. And that's where they closed their stores. Beach Boy, Lame Duck, awesome dad. Alberto, your classes and one-on-ones have set me up to financial freedom. So are they the best? For someone like me, absolutely. Explained in plain English, you are the GOAT. Alberto, thank you. I can't wait to see you in October. Can't wait to get together with you. We're looking forward to that, Jen and I, very much. All righty. What else is going on? Welcome all to the program. We're down 26 points on the Dow. Nothing to worry about here. We're down 6 on S&P. We're down 6 on NASDAQ. It's a nothing burger here. What else is going on here? Target stock hit with double downgrade on weak sales and traffic trends. Interesting stuff. What else we got going? Oil down 45 cents a barrel. There's not much happening here. Matterport is up 3 cents. NVIDIA down $3. SoFi is up 12 cents now. It was down this morning. Now it's up $9.45 a share. Rocket Lab down 33 cents at $7.29. I don't know why it's off. It was down to $7.08 this morning. That's crazy. Stock was $8 last week. I don't know why it's this cheap, but it is. It just is. Maybe it's a bargain here. I've traded 1.6 million on Rocket Lab. So cash secured put writers, write some more cash secured puts. Here we go. GameStop up 8 cents, $22.93. AI is up 58 cents, now 60 cents at $40.96. Smart Rent up 1.5 cents. Owens Corning recovering a little bit, up $6 to $136. ATIP, speaking of, up a nickel at $7.06. Unity, $44, up 80 cents. Tesla's up $1.88. It was down this morning. Apple's up 3 cents. Google is up $8.40. It's been up all day. Moderna down $1. Cisco's off 42 cents. Pfizer off 13. IBM is down 33. HPQ is off 22 cents. A lot of fractional moves here. Microsoft still down, but only down 9.73. It's at 341. The low was 337. It was $13 lower at one moment this morning. Now it has recovered back to 341, down 9.50 a share. So we'll see how that plays out. What else? ME is actually up almost 6 cents to 197, almost 198. Amazon down 50 cents, coming back on actually. Spire down 1.7 cents. Home Depot up 182. Vanik Semiconductors down 175. Netflix down $6. The Adobe shares are at $520, down 5.25. Goldman Sachs ahead 92 cents. Boeing is up 11.40 today. Positive earnings out of the corporation. Positive cash flow and all kinds of possible other upside. We'll see. Up 11.40 for now on Boeing. Meta, the old Facebook, is up 5.68 to 300 a share. Target up 68 cents. Go figure. You tell me how it's going to do. It got double downgrades. It's up anyway. JP Morgan down 37 cents. Costco down 35 cents. Walmart up 21 cents. Disney's up 31 cents to $85.94. That's a 150 stock down to $85, still slipping. American Airlines up 5 cents a share at $16.70, and DraftKings is up 43 pennies to $31.41. That's what I see here on a lot of our favorites. At the moment, we have today received 135 thumbs ups today, and I thank you very much for these thumbs ups. If you agree with Alberto's statement that the classes and the one-on-ones given him financial freedom and he finds it's the best, if you agree with that, I'll hit the thumbs up button for me, and let's get some momentum on this show. I'd appreciate it. Beach Boy, Alberto, I second that every word. Rock and roll. Thank you, Beach Boy. Thank you, Alberto. Thank you, all of you who've been here for a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2.5 years. Love it. Auntie Jen, thank you for being here.
Do I look like a winner? It's not a trick question.
Yes, honey, you look like a winner. Yes, you sure do, honey. You look better every day.
The Canadian women just beat Ireland.
Did they?
Yeah.
Final score?
2-1.
Thank God.
I think Ireland scored first, and then we got our 2 after that. So our next game is against the home country of Australia.
Well, with the win and a tie, I don't know if that's enough to get them into the next round, but it's a big
We
move.
have 4 points because we've won our last 2 games.
No, we tied the first one, Nigeria.
Yes, and this is our 3rd game.
Second game.
Then how do we have 4 points?
I don't know. You might get 3 points for an out win.
Maybe.
You get 1 point for a draw.
I don't know.
I don't understand it.
I'm such a huge soccer fan.
Oh, we're big time football fans here. World Cup football for women. This is the Canadian women's soccer team we're talking about. They won today. That gets them one step closer to moving into the next round.
Winners.
They are the Olympic defending champions. The World
Our
Cup.
women's are way better than
The women way better. Same in the U.S. The U.S. women's are world champions. 2 championships in a row, going for the 3rd. The Canadian women won the Olympic gold, which was a big win for the Canadian gals. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Fantastic. What's going on here? Richard Carlin, good morning. Auntie Jen. Splair, good morning, Auntie Jen. TJ, good morning. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie.
There. Thank you, TJ.
TJ, thanks. Before you came in, Alberto said, your classes and one-on-ones have set me up to financial freedom. Are they the best for someone like me? Absolutely. Explained in plain English, you are the GOAT. And then Beach Boy said to Alberto, I second that. Every word.
There you go.
There you go. We're
lovely thoughts.
We love it. Wave Voli is saying hi, and it's got an Irish flag and is crying. Okay, dude is saying Disney at a 52-week low right now. I'm not sure I'm brave enough to set up a 4-man covered call, but I smell blood for sure. There you go. Well, what we're going to talk about on Saturday might be exactly what you're looking for on Disney. Stick around. Come on into the class. Apparently, I think yes, it was Flint Creek Soap Company today has joined the class.
Oh, good.
So we're here from Naples, New York. So looking forward to that. Fantastic news.
Great soap, by the way.
It is.
You're ever looking to buy something for
someone special?
Your aunt, your mom, your grandma, your
birthdays, anniversaries, graduation presents, Christmas, anything.
Great soap.
Absolutely.
Cleans you and kind of moisturizes you.
There's a commercial right there for Flint Creek from Auntie Jen. Unbelievable. There you go. I have a suspicion that Flint Creek is going to join us in October to see us. I think Flint Creek is coming to visit us. Kind of looking forward to that.
To see people face to face.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
Nice.
Indeed. Dude says, I'll be there, Auntie Jen. And Uncle Bruce says, dude.
Hey, dude.
Dude's going to be there. The dude is coming. This is awesome stuff, man. The dude is saying I'll be at the class. So I think that's maybe at the reunion too. I don't know. The meet and greet.
Who can say?
We're in the mid-20s now as to how many folks are going to be in the class. Approaching the mid-20s. I'm very pleased to see that.
Our temperature.
Oh, it's beautiful here. Oh, has it cooled off here? Oh man, you folks in the hot, in the very hot. You folks in the very hot climates, I feel for you because we are going to be around 74, 75 today for the high. In a couple of days, our high temperature is 66 will be the high. We are cooled right off here. But
then it gets hot again.
We're at 3,800 feet elevation. So it cools off quick.
They're doing this for the folk festival.
Yeah.
It's going to be so nice for people to go down to the island and have the folk festival.
This weekend, Calgary has its annual folk festival,
which usually means
which is a big deal.
A deluge of rain or 35 degrees, like blister you.
Yeah, it can be difficult, but the folks who attend this are much younger than us. They bring their provisions. They are prepared.
The river's right there if you got to get wet.
The river's there, but there's also medical staff on duty to
there's
help.
Beer gardens, and of course
there's the beer garden, and then there's the medical garden. So there, depending on what you need, what kind of libation.
Emmylou Harris closes on Thursday.
Emmylou Harris closes on tomorrow night. She's the closing act tomorrow night. Is it start tomorrow? Is that the first day? Tomorrow's the first day.
Tomorrow I think is just the evening
until Sunday.
And then
Yeah.
it's
an all-day
day.
Saturday, all-day
Yeah.
Sunday for sure.
Yeah.
Thing. It's a 4-day event now. It used to be just a 1-day thing 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Now it's a
there's
4-day.
2 days.
It's
a big deal now.
big deal
We get
here.
lots
Yeah.
of people.
Got a lot of folks come in from all over the place.
And then a lot of those people head out into various venues in Alberta. A lot of them go down to Medicine Hat. Medicine Hat has, in January of all times, they have their Tongue on the Post Folk Festival,
True.
which is also very, very big.
Mm.
Tongue on the Post in the winter. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my God. Oh my
Don't
God.
put your tongue there.
Don't do it. Bulletin.
Oh.
Former Mayor Giuliani admits to false statements about Georgia election workers.
Really?
He's admitting to lying. Who was he working for on behalf of the President of the United States?
It's so sad.
Oh my God.
Because when you say the name, I no longer have the vision of the mayor of New York.
No.
In that horrible time.
No.
I have the vision of him with the black dye
running down the side of
his face.
Yeah, from coloring his hair black.
Just ruined it.
Yikes. New home sales fall to 697,000 annual rate in June versus 715,000 revision. So that's worse. Interesting. We'll see how that goes. Good old Mayor Giuliani. Oh my God. What a unbelievable. It's just crazy.
Kind of thing
crazy. Right? And there's talk about the Congress of the U.S. They want to hold hearings to impeach Biden.
Right. Yes. I'm not sure on what.
I have no idea on what. I don't know, because he has his son has a legal issue. That's why you get rid of the president of the United States, because his son has a. I don't know.
Carter would have really been.
Is his son in the cabinet? No.
That was his brother.
Yeah, that's true. Jimmy Carter's brother would have brought Jimmy Carter down. That was fodder for the press. I have no idea. How many times did they impeach Trump? Twice. Twice in 4 years. That's the record. Once
was the record. Twice just impacted.
No. Presidents have been impeached before.
Not while they were the president.
Oh yeah. Although Clinton survived his impeachment. He was impeached by the House, but not the Senate.
Right.
Same thing with Trump. He was impeached by the House twice, but not the Senate twice. Okay. Yeah, it's funny how politics comes in the middle of judicial whatever. But that's another story. Anyway, cashmere classes, asks Beach Boy. Cashmere classes. Blair is saying in Dortmund, we're between 60 and 70, and mostly it's starting actually raining with thunder for some minutes before we receive again sunshine for a couple hours. So it's nice in Dortmund. It's cooling off there.
Australia was rainy this morning for the game.
New Zealand.
No, they were in Australia.
They played in Australia? Okay, I got it.
And it was, I guess, this evening.
Well,
is that true?
Tomorrow evening or whatever. Dude, at the class this Saturday, I was the second to sign up. I'm starting to plan a trip to New York as well. I need a break from the retail hell that is my day job. Laugh out loud. Right on, dude. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Splair, for me, it's laughable. They support Trump, but they get angry about Biden's son or dog. I mean, what the hell is that?
Everybody needs something.
Everybody needs something.
Everybody needs something in their life. Right?
They need something in their life. Yeah, I guess that's it.
It's all good.
Oh my God.
Today's
Wednesday, prime time with Uncle Bruce tonight at 6:00 Eastern. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Earlier today, I don't know if I can still see it. Yeah, here it is. Earlier today, a Deep Value of the Options mentioned that they've been a member for 23 months, gold bagel level. 23 months. Bobby Atkinson, I've been a member for 17 months.
Right.
Bobby's from Canada.
Bobby Atkinson.
Nazareth, member for 28 months. Chilling with Uncle Bruce. We ain't going anywhere, says Nazareth. Moon Shadow, been a member for 28 months, gold bagel level, class number 16 on Saturday.
You just have to believe deep down in your heart that they've been a member for this long. Because they're doing
They're making money. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe in your heart anything. They're making money here. John Gill, I've been a member for 25 months.
it. Just
Gold
makes it
bagel
glow.
level.
I
No,
love
there's no in your heart anything. It's in your wallet. I'm making money, and I'm not letting this channel go for all the tea in China. That's why they're here.
There's a song that says,
yeah.
Your wallet doesn't know how poor you are.
Your wallet doesn't know how poor you are. How about that? What else is going on
their
here?
wallet doesn't know how rich they are.
You see. Let's see.
There's your trivia question. Tell me the name of that song.
Beach Boy, Auntie Jen. Yes, Giuliani self-destructed. Oh
Yes.
God. Talk about blowing
like,
it.
What happened upstairs? Like what was that thought process? Did you never play What Happens Next when you were a kid? Like that's what happened.
I don't. Beach Boy, TikTok for a certain Israeli prime minister. Time is ticking against a certain guy.
Lots of.
Oh my gosh.
Protesters marching.
Oh, the news on Israel is everywhere.
Like one flag per protester.
No, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, should we go to Tel Aviv? Should
I
we?
hear it's a port.
You know what we should do? From Europe.
Do they have a museum there?
Do they have a museum? Should we just not tell Beach Boy that we just show up in Tel Aviv? We just go there.
Hang out in the marketplace until he shows up.
Just go there, and then I do a show. Live. From Israel
with like the University of Tel Aviv in the background.
Beach in the background, right on the beachfront there.
I take MOOCs from the University of Tel Aviv.
We should just fly to Tel Aviv, not tell him we're coming.
Okay.
Just do a show.
What if he's on vacation?
Yeah, Beach Boy's on vacation. Well,
he could do that.
He could be going to Europe and trying to surprise us. He could be flying to Zurich thinking he'll catch us, and while we're flying to Tel Aviv trying to catch him. But we should just show up.
So you're going to say this just to make him stay at home?
Make him stay at home. See, there's that. But we should just pop into Tel Aviv without him letting. Won't tell him when, for how long, nothing.
So what you're doing is making him
be on the air and say, hey, you want to get together? We're here for a couple of days. Is there any good place to eat some decent food around this?
I got to tell you guys, Bruce loves doing this.
I do like doing this.
He loves doing these surprise visits.
Yeah. Who cares? Says. Who cares has become a YouTube member.
Who cares?
So yeah, who cares? He's upgraded.
It's that like who cares?
Who cares is upgraded to the gold bagel level.
Oh well.
Who cares will be tonight.
Now we start talking.
Maybe who cares will join us tonight at 6:00 right. Eastern. Gold bagel members.
They can start talking.
How about that? Lorraine says, no politics, please. I want to concentrate on stocks. Home Skillet. Giuliani was a titan back in the day. He was instrumental in taking down the mafia. Yeah. Who cares? My gold status keeps dropping off, Uncle Bruce. I don't know why. But I'm back now, baby. I'm back. I'm back to win. Thank you. Who cares? Congratulations, my friend, and welcome to the club as usual. And it's great that you're here.
Welcome to Wednesday nights.
Here's a donation from Beach Boys, 30 shekels. Not leaving my fishing teacher. I'm not leaving my fishing teacher. So I think Beach Boy would be around if we were to just pop into Tel Aviv without him knowing.
Just to say, hey.
Just dropped in and stayed a few days and did a show from Israel. Let everybody know here we are. We're alive and well. Put the word out to, hey, Beach Boy, do you know any place do they have some good Jew food in Tel Aviv? Is there any good place to eat Jewish food in Tel Aviv?
Yeah.
Would be interested, might be interested in something like that.
Maybe, find a falafel or something.
Find a falafel? What kind of Jewish food is that? Falafel? Oh my gosh. I don't know. Stop that. He says, you're toying with me now. Stop that. Don't do that to me. There you go.
Yeah.
We have all kinds of fun here. We certainly do. Oh my.
Well, on that, I'll leave you.
All right, my dear.
I have to go watch the Talking Heads talk about our victory.
It'll be the talk of Canadian sports channels everywhere.
Until the next game.
The women winning against Ireland. I'm sure the Irish are crying in Guinness, I'm sure.
Yes, it was
About
good
that.
game. Good game.
He says, I'm drooling now. He says, you got me drooling now. Are you guys actually going to come into Tel Aviv?
Hey.
You never know.
Well, I mean, we're going to be much closer.
We're going to be a lot closer to
we
Tel
are
Aviv
now.
from Europe than we are now. Yeah.
This is true.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
What can I say? That's it, Jen. Jen is taking off. Luca says, number 145 here to Big Chow, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen, to everyone from Manchester. He's in Manchester right now. Neat, says Luca. Right on.
See, we're going to be kind of close to you.
We're going to go right through Manchester to Liverpool.
Are we?
Right within, but he doesn't live in Manchester. He's just visiting.
Oh,
he's Italy. He's generally
that's
Luca. Yeah. Splayer says, you have to try tabbouleh. Taboule. Tabbouleh. He's got the thing on the end there.
Yeah.
What is tabbouleh?
It's salad.
Salad?
Yes.
Salad? Splayer?
You've had it.
I've had it?
Yes.
I've also had corned beef on rye. Pastrami.
On latkes?
I've had latkes. I know some good stuff.
Golden happiness in your mouth.
Golden happiness. A manager saying, no offense to Uncle Bruce, I'm looking for a channel where I can get live advice on a stock in options or trading. I found one, TJ, the trading wheel deal. So I'll be using Uncle Bruce channel for option trading. There you go. Nice quote. Advice and listening to what's going on in the market. TJ channel for real-time stock advice. Both YouTube channels has its advantages. George, politics is fine in the context of how it affects our stocks, but the bias I could do without, but it's not my show. Even Michael Jordan recognized both sides by athletic shoes. There you go. There's that too. In any event, it is what it is, and it's wild and wacky. Of course, you think American politics is crazy. What about Italian politics? I mean, Berlusconi for decades dominated Italian politics. He passed away last month, I think. And now with Netanyahu in Israel, I mean, it's crazy there. It's crazy in Russia. It's crazy in Cambodia. The prime minister got reelected 2 days ago to another term without any opposition because he puts them in jail. So there is no opposition. And then today he resigns to hand the prime ministership over to his son, who is now going to become prime minister, and he doesn't have to run for an election because dad just won the election for the next 5 years. So now he resigns and hands it to his son, who can now be the prime minister for the first 5 years of his prime ministership. But dad will still run the cabinet. And talk about a dictatorship inside a democracy over there. Oh my gosh. You got to think that certain politicians in the United States are drooling at the thought that, oh, wow, look at that. You run unopposed, you win, and then you hand it to your kid to run it from here. Oh, this is how you do. I think the Chinese are going, this is pretty good. I mean, Xi just went through all kinds of, gyrations to get another 10-year term or lifetime term to be dictator of China. And here's this guy that wins an election where he's the only candidate, kind of hard to lose. And now he just hands it over to his son 2 days later. I mean, wow. Wow. You got to love it. It's incredible. Anyway, there you have it. Splair, parsley, lemon, tomato, and Bulgar wheat fixes great together, says Splair. Dude, what you want, Uncle Bruce, is a Jewish deli. That's what you want, buddy. Splair, thought about it because you like lemon in your Coca-Cola. Well, there it's true. Lorraine, manager, I can be your secretary. There you go. See, you got help right there. It's all good. We're down 2 3/4 points on the Dow. That's it. We're just down 2 3/4 points. There's nothing going on here. We're down 6 on S&P. We're down 14 on NASDAQ. Oil is down 26 cents a barrel right now. Matterport up a penny. NVIDIA down 240. SoFi up 12 cents at 9.45. Rocket Lab down 47 cents. GameStop up 3. AI is ahead a little bit here, 20 cents a share. We got ATIP up a nickel, Unity up 30, Tesla up 240, Apple up 36, Google up 790. It's having a good day. We're down on Matterport, or Moderna, I should say. Moderna down 87, sorry. Cisco is off 27 cents. Pfizer's up a penny. IBM down 3 cents, $140, 30 cents on IBM. HBQ down 15. Microsoft down $13. Again, it's backed off. It got up to this $341 level, and now it's back to 337.69. Don't forget today's interest rate day, so we'll add that to the mix. Amazon down 87 cents. Home Depot up 231. Vanik down 186. Netflix down 798. Adobe down 786. Goldman Sachs up 72. Boeing up 1223. Meta up 364. Target up 40. JP Morgan down 8 cents. Make it 5 cents now. Costco up 82. Walmart up 67. Disney up 36. American Airlines up 2 pennies. And DraftKings up 64. Royal Caribbean 101.56, down 6 cents a share. There's some ideas of what's going on. It's a mixed bag. We're down 3 points on the down. I mean, it's a nothing burger today. Interest rates, nothing happens till interest rates announced. Then we wait for who to have a press conference. We'll see the gyrations of the market, and we might be unchanged when it's all said and done. Might not. We'll find out. I don't expect any surprises from the Fed today. I think their message is the same. We're going to keep fighting inflation, and that's what we're going to do, and we're not going to give up. And no one is listening and believes it. And there's the story. I think, anyway. What can I say? Flint Creek says, I am in. Dude, New York has a few Jewish delis. You might want to consider a few over here. Splair, I bet Lorraine is offering quality for an expensive price. Dude, I'll be looking for bagels myself. A deep value. The bear market has nearly been erased, less than 20 months after it began, says the Bloomberg people at this point. We'll see how all this plays out. We have, thank you again, Who Cares, because he's upgraded up to the gold bagel level. Thank you, Who Cares. We have 148 thumbs ups now. We're down to 36 minutes. No, we're down to 6 minutes until the show is ending. We have 148 thumbs ups. Thank you all for hitting the thumbs up button. If you can find it, please hit the thumbs up button and give this show a little bit of a boost. I can only say to all of you out there that it's time to honor the Knights of Knee, and we'll hit the knee emojis out there, and say, hey, thanks, Knights of Knee, for all of the goodness you've given us, and let's hope stocks go the direction you want. If you're an option writer, you're probably making money today. Again, and you'll make more tomorrow and the day after and the day after. DH Ruda, Larry Titus, here they come. The knee emojis are coming in from viewers from around the world. We have 150 thumbs ups now. We need 50 more. Richard Garland, thank you for the thumbs ups and the knee emojis, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. It's great that you're all here and helping out with the channel. I appreciate it. It's fantastic. Looking forward to those of you out there who are coming out to the show and for the class. Just got a donation in here. Mary, we got it. You're in to win, Mary. Fantastic. Make sure to send me a private email, Mary, and let me know. So I have your private email address too. Thank you very much. Also to Flint Creek today, you're in, and we have others who've come in. Blake, we got your donation last night. Thank you, Blake. You're in for the class as well. We got a whole bunch of people here, and there are more coming, and I'm very happy to see this. Like I say, it's a minority of the viewers that come into the live classes because, of course, it's a live class on a Saturday at noon Eastern, and some folks just can't make it. It's all right. It's the way it is. But for others, I know you arrange your schedules and make sure to be here. And we do have a good time on these. These are fun. They're always fun to do. And I'm really looking forward to delivering this week's class. I think you guys are going to enjoy this. Splairs hitting the knee emojis. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here. Splair, dude, neat. Dude is here. Karen is here. Lorraine, Katz Deli on Houston Street, Lower East Side, Manhattan. Dude, I'll take a nice knish for that, please. There you go. Fun stuff. The Dow up 745, Matterport up 2 cents, Nvidia down 330 at $453. SoFi's up a dime today. Rocket Lab is still at 716 on the low end of our range today, low of 708 on 2.29 million volume. I don't know what is causing Rocket Lab to be lower today. I haven't got a clue. It just is, and it so far has not recovered yet. Down 46 cents. GameStop is up 9. AI is up 4. We've got Tesla down is up 192 now. Apple up 24. Google up 777. Sevens are wild. We're up 7 points on the Dow. We're down 7 on S&P. We're down 24 on Nasdaq. It's a very nothing burger day here with ups and pluses and minuses all over the place, with not a lot happening other than Microsoft, Google. There's a few issues moving, not much else. Splayer, by the way, what hour is the class running on Saturday? I sadly work until 1900 Amsterdam time. We start at noon New York time, so that would be 6 o'clock Germany time. That would be 1800 hours. We begin, I think, on Saturday, and we'll be on until about for at least 2.5 hours. So that'll be to what 20:50, 8:30 Germany time. I think that's right. I'm not sure if I got the timing right. You got to check your own times. New York time, noon New York time is when I start. You figure it out from there, you guys. Wherever you live, figure it out. Edith, neat, the big E, I mean, neat, Edith. Thank you very much for that, for popping in here. All righty. We're coming up to the 2-hour mark, and thank you for thumbs ups. Number 151. They've come through to 150. Thank you all. If any of you watching on the rerun, please hit the thumbs up button for us. There's number 152. Another one just clicking through. Thank you all. Appreciate it for being with us today. And like I say, it'll be an interesting session here when Powell speaks later after the interest rate rise. We'll hear all about it. You might see 100-point swings, the usual stuff. If you've been here a while, you know volatility reigns. Now, for some of you out there, today's activity that might come your way, might not, is an opportunity to either buy back calls for a cheap price, maybe stink bids, buy back cash secured puts on stink bids, maybe write cash secured puts on stink offers, or pull off a rollover on certain call options that you've written already. There, you never know. So let's see the volatility factor. Is there much to it? Or is it a nothing burger day all around? We'll follow it and we'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what gives. All right. Time will tell. Okay. All right. Mary, I got your email. Thank you, Mary, very much. There it is. It's come through, and I can now get you all registered up. Fantastic. We'll get you figured out and get you an invite. Can join us. Thank you all so much for being with me today. We'll follow this. We'll follow this market here going forward, as we always do. SoFi holding a $0.10 gain. Thank you very much, SoFi. We appreciate you. See what gives. Microsoft down 14.79 at 336, and we're still ahead 746 on Google today. 370 drop on Nvidia, 31-cent gain on Unity, a 1-cent drop on AI. So you just see how this is all kind of meandering along here as this market just jumps around back and forth. There you go. All right. Who cares wants to know, what is everyone's expectation on SoFi? Is it covered call writing time after earnings? Rolo, oh my, 446,000 puts at $8 on SoFi for next Friday. How about that? That's interesting. Splair, in case of noon, you mean 12 noon New York time? Yes, I do. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, I can't connect to PayPal. I cannot connect to PayPal. I need help. I don't know how to change that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the PayPal administrator. I don't know what the splayer. Who cares? I would watch the chart shortly, quick and heavy. 1 day spikes are always worth it to write. Lorraine, the only thing I can think of is that you utilize a search through PayPal for my name, because my name is it's right here, obviously, Bruce Frommert at hotmail.com. Look up Bruce Frommert, see if you can go to PayPal yourself. You want to send a payment to Bruce Frommert, you might get the link that way. I don't know. I mean, I'm completely guessing. I don't operate PayPal, so I can't tell you how to do it. That's all I've got. That's all I can say. All right. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We're up to the 2-hour mark today. We have 152 thumbs ups today. Thank you. 48 to go to hit to 200. Hopefully the rerunners can get us there. Thank you if you can. And we will see you tonight at 6 o'clock. I'll be on at 6 o'clock tonight, Eastern time, and we'll go over the interest rate thing and how the market did for the rest of the day. And you guys can send me questions on what option trades you think should be considered, where you're at, and all that good stuff. We'll go from there, and we'll see what gives. I'm just noticing. Oil numbers are coming out. Let's see if I can get this to show up here. Easier said than done. U.S. crude inventories down 600 barrels. That's a nothing burger. Gas inventories 800,000 barrels. That's a nothing burger. U.S. distillate stockpiles down 200,000. That's a nothing burger. Oil is now down 18 cents on the session. So we're not going higher on oil here by any stretch. There's hardly a shortage anywhere out there being displayed on the oil market. Okay, kids, there you go. That's the story. 154 thumbs ups. Thank you, kids, for bringing a couple more in. I appreciate it. All right, guys, there it is. I will see you tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern time, for Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce. If you're a Gold Bagel member, come on by and say hi. We'll put the alert up here a little bit from now. Otherwise, I will look forward to seeing a bunch of you, hopefully, at the class this Saturday, noon Eastern time, lesson number 16. We've got work to do, and we have people to make richer. We'll follow you on that. Thank you in the meantime for being with us today. Have a great rest of your session, and we'll see you guys tonight and or tomorrow morning for our next get together. All right, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being with me. Make a bunch of money, get richer, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.